even though for if block, else block. Okay, so block of code means some line of code to be executed. So you need, as a programmer, you need to keep that line where you feel that here is an exception may raise, okay, at the time of runtime. So that is to be kept in try block. After that you need to handle, you need to use catch block. Catch block also will be in open brace, close brace. Here you need to put some sentence like that, exception E. Exception E, I will explain what is this, try to understand. Exception E stands for, E stands for exception. It is a variable, okay. That variable holds, I told you that an exception is an object. So that will be raised, that will be thrown at the time of runtime. So this exception, I told you that is an object that will be stored in this variable, and that variable, whatever the exception stored in that variable as an object, you can get that output by output, okay. So simply I want to write here system dot, if you want to see what the exception we have seen here, this is as arithmetic exception. Now it is an object, okay. You can see this System.out.println bracket, okay. Now you write here section, put a simple, that is what your one string type of data here, so that you can find that what is the exception name. After that, plus you pass the value E. E is what? E is in variable which is holding your exception after the termination. Now whatever the exception you are getting, arithmetic exception, normally why it is being why it is arithmetic exception, you are doing here zero division error. Zero division means if any numerator is being divided by zero, so surely it is what? Arithmetic problem, no? So that is called arithmetic exception. This is called zero division error. Simply I want to write here zero division. It is in Python zero division error. Zero division error. In Java it is called arithmetic exception. There is no any issue. Now try to run this code. Now what happened means this exception will be handled. After that this line of code will be executed, okay. So see what happened here. So see, you are getting 13th. 13 is what? Your sum. Your 6 plus 7 is what? 13. 6 plus 7, 13. So you are getting the sum of two integers. So your exception handled, that is what that exception name, we are getting exception name is what? Java language dot arithmetic exception. All the exceptions, they are the part of language sub package. That language is part of Java main package, okay. That is what? Arithmetic exception by zero, okay. Understand that exception name you can get as a result. I told you that exception is an object which will be stored in a variable, that is I have written that variable as a E, and whenever I want to get the output, whatever stored in this E variable as a exception, you can get it as an output, as a printout statement, okay. So as I have told you that exception is, it is a way to handle the runtime errors. So runtime error I have handled by try catch blocks, so that continue flow of program, continue what? Execution, flow of program or execution of program. You simply write flow means what? So you don't confuse yourself. Flow means execution, okay. So exception handling is a way, otherwise a mechanism to handle the runtime errors, so that continue of execution of program can be maintained, can be done, whatever. Okay, simply you understand that. So practically I have shown how the exception, I told you that what is compilation, you need to get clear this one. Compilation is, it is not, compilation never be an execution, try to understand that. Compilation, it is a way, means converting from source code. Source code I told you, whatever the instruction, English like instruction as a programmer we have written, all these from here to here. From where? From here to, from where? Because this is the main class, this is the main method. So code will be starting to be executed from after the main method. No? So this line of code from here to here, this line of code, to be compiled first. Compilation means, I told you that compilation is what? It is a process of conversion from source code to object code, means machine language 0, 1. But execution not done. So whenever execution completed, you will get the result on the screen. So that compilation, at that compilation time, if any errors are there detected by the compiler, they are called what? Syntax errors, means compile time errors. Okay, but runtime errors, they will be identified by the JVM at the time of code execution. The compiler can't be able to identify the exceptions, means runtime errors. So practically I am showing here everything, and anything I want to say, we need to discuss somewhat like what, how many type of exceptions, checked exceptions, unchecked exceptions, errors, as per Oracle na. Okay, now as we have discussed, try block to be used to keep the, wherever you are filling, in which line you are filling, it may give exception, so that line of code to be kept in try block. And catch block will be used to catch the exception. Okay, whatever it may be, the arithmetic exception, whatever, index out of bound exception. So catch block will be used to catch the exception. Okay, so try block must be followed by either the catch block, otherwise finally block. One more block that is called finally block is there in Java. So finally keyword to be used here, after that flower braces. So what is the role of this finally block? Try to understand. So the line of code, whatever you keep, that will be executed surely, but irrespective of the try block and catch block, whether the exception occurred or not doesn't matter for finally block. Whatever the line of code you kept in finally block, that will be executed irrespective of try and catch block results. Okay, means if any exception occurs or not, that will not impact the working of finally black. Whatever the line of code you kept here, that will be executed finally black. But finally black will be kept after the catch block, otherwise after try block. Okay, we can write the finally black after try block, otherwise catch block will be followed by finally black, no issue. So if I write any code here, suppose like this, System.out.println, System.out.println, keep some many text. You are so intelligent, like what you know. Terminate this line of code. So what do you mean of this? So let us try to execute this code. Syntax error, run token, finally delete this token. Why? Finally. Okay. So now cut this finally black here. Cut. you keep this